Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim and to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing his truth and faith and his sincerity. I'm Shema Olive from the great millstone, Houston Camp. And this is going to be a simple breakdown on who is Esau Edom. All right, because you got a lot of people saying that, Esau is the Arabs or the Arabs, or Esau is Japhet, right? And that is not the truth. All right, that is far from the truth. You know, Esau is a so-called white man today that we see in our everyday lives, right? He goes back unto Edom. All right, Esau, Edom. Everybody on the earth has a biblical nationality. All right, we wasn't called Negroes, Latinos, Mexicans, Indians, Chinese, Japanese. It wasn't none of that back then. All right, we all had biblical identities. All right, biblical nationalities. All right, and today I'm just gonna be focusing on Esau, Edom. All right, on who is this person. All right, who is this today? Who is Esau, Edom today? Right. Now, to find this out, you got to go to Esau's origins or his beginnings, right? Where did Esau come from? Where was he born? Right? So this is Genesis 25:20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. Isaac was the son of Abraham. Right? It says, and Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the other shall serve the younger. Right? So these are 2 nations that are inside Rebekah's womb. All right? 2 manner of people. Right? 2 different types of spirits, 2 different types of characteristics. They was going to be different, completely different from each other. Right? It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the other shall serve the younger. All right? So one of these children that's inside the womb was going to be way stronger, right, than the other child, physically, mentally, all of that, right? It says, and the elder shall serve the younger, right? The elder meaning the child that comes out first. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, right? And when you go into Esau's name, right? Esau's name means red, right? This is so like Esau, basically Aisha. So like it's Aisha, which basically means wasted away. Because he has no pigmentation, right? Edom means red, but Esau, Aisha, right? The blue letter goes off on it, but it means wasted away is he. Like I said, he came out with no pigmentation, right? Because when you go down, you keep reading, it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. It didn't describe Jacob's color because Jacob was the color of everybody else around that time, right? Which was dark skin. But Esau, his ass was different, right? She said he came out red. Now, when you look at the so-called white man today, he resembles this, He resembles being red. You can see their blood through their skin, all right? They don't have any pigmentation. They're the only nation without any fucking pigmentation, right? That's why his name was called Esau, Ashashua, or Asha, right? And when it said red all over, like in hairy garment, it wasn't saying that he was hairy or anything, because babies aren't born hairy, right? It was comparing him unto, let me grab the scripture real quick. Exodus 25:5, because our people used to dye clothes back then, right? This is Exodus 25:5. It says, and ram skins dyed red, right? So it was just comparing him unto that. It wasn't saying that he was hairy, right? But, just comparing his color unto that. All right, but like I said, that represents him, right? So now let's get Genesis 27:38. This is going into the blessing of Esau, because Jacob basically supplanted him, all right, to get the blessings from Isaac, his father. And Esau, he came behind Jacob, right, basically crying and begging for a blessing. So this was the blessing that Isaac gave him. This is Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. See, he was crying and shit, right? And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. So he was going to have control of all the earth's resources, be living in the best places, all of that. And what nation ultimately is doing that? It's the so-called white man, right? Keep going. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. Right? It says, so by thy sword thou shalt live. So what is the sword? Back then, a sword was an ancient weapon, a sharp weapon. But today, in modern times, ain't nobody running around with ancient swords. So what is the modern day sword? The modern day sword is the gun, right? So by this gun, or by his weaponry, right, he was going to live. He was going to use that to take over everything, right? And is he not doing that today? Through his armies and all of that? Is he not? He got a military base almost everywhere, right? He uses his military and his power to get what he wants. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the earth was given into the hand of the wicked by the Most High, right? He was blessed with this sword. So the Most High gave him this power to be able to rule, just like the ancient kingdoms that you read about in the Bible, right? The Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Most High, he gave those nations their time to rule. He set those nations up, right? So it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? Who is the wicked? Who is running the planet Earth right now, right? Who's in control over everything? This is Malachi 1:4. It says, whereas Edom, right? And let's see what this word Edom says, right? Which they go off on that too. That's why you gotta be careful with all of this stuff on the blue letter. You gotta pick the bones out. It's Esau. They're trying to say is Adam or Adam, right? Which does not go back to Adam, because Adam means from the ground, right? Because they trying to say Adam was an Edomite, which he was not. But Edom basically means Adawam, all right, which means red, all right? So, just wanted to go into that. It says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. You see? So wherever this man goes, wickedness follows, right? Because he's a wicked individual. He was created to be this. He was created to be the devil. It was in his spirit. That's why when it says in Genesis 25, two manner of people, Jacob represented that righteous. All right, he had a righteous spirit, and Esau had the wicked spirit. So that's why they was fighting in the womb. Completely different. This man was born to be wicked, right? So in Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. It was given unto him, right? That's why his face is on the money. That's why he is running everything, right? He's on top, right? People look at him as a god, you know? So he could only beat Esau Edom based off of these scriptures, right? But hold on, I ain't done yet. I ain't finished. This is Genesis 36 and 8. Because what is Esau? Where did he come from? Right? This is Genesis 36 and 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. So Esau dwelt in Mount Seir, right? Now, this is off the Wikipedia. It says Mount Seir, today known in Arabic as, I'm going to try to pronounce that, is the ancient as well as biblical name for a mountainous region stretching between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, right? It says it's a mountainous region, all right? Because Esau, if you go into the word Caucasian, it means cave dweller, all right? They used to dwell in the caves and shit. Right, that's why you got concrete everywhere all over America. It says, stretching between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba in the northwestern region of Edom and the southwest and the southeast of the Judah. It may also have marked the older historical limit of ancient Egypt and Canaan, a place called Seir in the land of Shasu, thought to be near Petra, right? It says thought to be near Petra, but no, it is Petra. That's where they dwelt at, right? So when you go into when you read up on Petra, right, which Petra it says it means stone. Look at this picture of Petra, dog. What do this look like? Does this look familiar to you? Let's go see. The White House. Look at this. That don't resemble Petra to you? Huh? This don't resemble that? All right, what about the Lincoln Memorial? Look at that. Look at that. Come on now. Striking resemblance. United States Capitol. Look, let's see, they build everything like that. That's how you know that these are the Edomites, right? And even Rome had buildings like this, you know? So this is how you know, right, that the so-called white man today are the biblical Edomites, right? Now, further proof, right? Because I'm still not done. Still ain't finished, right? Get all these scriptures out on his ass. This is 1 Samuel 15 and 8. It says, and he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. So this is going into Saul, how he spared Agag, right? But he said Agag was king of the Amalekites. So Agag, he was an Amalekite. Now, where does the Amalekites go back unto? Right? Because like I said, everybody goes back unto somebody in the Bible. This is Genesis 36. And I start at 10. These are the names of Esau's son, Eliphaz, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau. Ruel, the son of Bashemoth, the wife of Esau. The son of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife. So Amalek goes back unto Esau. His forefather is Esau. So if you're an Amalekite, you're an Edomite, basically. So Amalek came from the line of Esau. But as you see here, he was a bastard, right? Because when you were born of a concubine, right, you were known as a bastard son. You know, that's why if you ever watch Game of Thrones, if you know about Jon Snow, they called him a bastard. He knew who his father was, but they say he had a whore mother, or basically a concubine mother, right? But he was known as the bastard of Winterfell, you know? So Amalek is a bastard. That's why it says in Zephaniah, no, Zechariah, what that is, 9 and 6. It says, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Now, when you search up Ashdod, Ashdod is a city in a seaport city in Israel, right? Now, who is dwelling over there in Ashdod or in Israel today? Let's see. People in Ashdod. These motherfuckers right here. A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, right? The fake Jews. That's why he said. That's why they call themselves Jewish. Right, means pertaining to. They're not the actual people, because they go back unto Edom. These are Edomites right here, right? These are not the people. These are imposters, right? Because Israel goes back onto the line of Israel, or the chosen seed, right? Goes back unto Jacob, goes back into the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Not these people right here. Like I said, they go back onto Edom. They go back onto Esau. All right? They are not the chosen people. That's why I said a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Right? So, you know, go back to the blue letter real quick. This is Esther 3 and 1, right? It says, now after these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. Right, so Haman, it says Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite. So we proved that the Agagites basically are Edomites. So Haman was an Edomite. Right, so now let's read about Haman in the Apocrypha. This is the additions to Esther, right, in the Apocrypha, 16 and 10. For Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Hammedatha. See, so Haman, a Macedonian. They say he was a Macedonian. Now, who else in the scriptures is mentioned being a Macedonian? First Maccabees 1 and 1. And it happened after that Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian. So wait a minute. It said that Haman was a Macedonian and Alexander is a Macedonian. So these are the same people. Right? So Haman, he was an Edomite. So Alexander the Great is an Edomite as well. Alexander, the son of Philip. This is history. You can look this up. I'll look it up for you. Alexander the Great. Alexander the third of Macedon, commonly known as Alexander the Great, was the king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon. Right? He was a Macedonian and a member of the Argead, I guess that's how you pronounce it, dynasty. He was born in Pella in 356 BC and succeeded his father Philip. See? So this history is in the Bible. Alexander, the son of Philip of Macedon. And what did this nigga look like? He was a fucking Edomite, so-called white man. All right? These are the people ruling today. Right? These were the people ruling in Rome. These were the people ruling during the time of the Greeks. These are the biblical Edomites. Right? How is that hard to understand? You know? All right, I'm just going to end it off on this scripture. Right? Because we all know that, if you don't know, Babylon the Great is known as America in the Bible. Right? And let me read it real quick. Psalms 137 said, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, right? The Edomites, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. So it is putting Edom, right, in the same box as Babylon. You know? Because Edom is ruling the modern day Babylon. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. Right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is ruling America today. That's simple. Esau, Edom, is the so-called white man. Esau, Edom, is the so-called white man. The Caucasian race. Simple. All right. So with that, say shalom.